Okay. Hi, I'm Spencer. I basically just post a lot of random TikToks and they're really positive and somehow they ended up getting some views. And I do acting and influencing is basically what my whole life is about. I've always just, even since I was like little, I always wanted to make some sort of change. And I feel like the greatest way that I was able to make a change was through social media and sharing my beliefs and my opinions on social media. So I just kind of went right into it. I never stopped talking, so I thought I would just share it with the world. My mom is my number one fan, always. My mom is probably the first like on every single video I ever post. She reposts everything. She's my everything. My whole family is really supportive. I come from a really big family, so there's like 4 kids in my family. So I have 2 older sisters and then 1 younger brother. So I'm sort of in the middle. And we're all just really in each other's business all the time. So they've always been super supportive of everything that I do. And my dad doesn't know anything about social media, so love you, Dad, but you don't know anything.
He's a silent supporter.
Yeah, he is. I think it was really hard for me to go to school. I've always just like had difficulty making friends, period. So then when I went to Mayfield was the school I went to. It was a public school and it wasn't good for me. It really made me feel like I had to, I don't want to say like dull my shine, but I had to be someone who I wasn't in order to fit in. So when I was in grade 10, I was like, I'm sick of this. I just want to go to school every single day and be myself and do what I want to do, post what I want to post, and do acting. Because at Mayfield, a lot of people just like made fun of me for what I was doing, and I actually quit acting for a year because of what other people thought about me. But then I took my life back. I went to another school and I did whatever the heck I wanted to do. I started acting again, started modeling, and some people don't like it, but it's not their life. I get a lot of hate from grown men. Like, I post financial tips on some of my TikToks, or how to save money as a teenager, or where to invest your money. Like, obviously I'm young and people are already like, young people don't know anything. Like, you know what I mean? They try and say that the older generations know everything about money. So I already get hate because I'm young talking about finance, but then a lot of old men like to say that because I'm a woman, I know nothing about money. But let me correct you, old man. I know a lot about money. It's something that I'm passionate about, so I get hate for that. But honestly, if someone's gonna make fun of me for caring about money, it's not like I can't control that. You know what I mean? I usually have just built such a wall that it doesn't bother me at all because it's not what I think about myself. But there are like a few videos where I've had to turn off the comments because I don't want to hear that people think I know nothing, or just like some mean comments that I'll just delete them. Like, I don't feel a need to message the person and be like, oh, you're horrible for saying this about me. It doesn't matter. That's their opinion. That's not my opinion. But I think I've had to like delete one video before because people get bothered by a woman talking about money or things like that. But really, if it bothers them, I think they're already bothered. Like, heck yeah. At the beginning, when I started like gaining any kind of followers, it actually bothered my confidence and like brought my confidence down because you get negativity, you really do. You can't not get negativity. There's always going to be someone who has something to say. So at first it actually made me more insecure and I was like, people are making fun of me. I can't post this kind of stuff. People are saying things about me. But then something just clicked in my mind and I was like, it doesn't matter. I came up with this no more statement called Not My Problem. And when people have things to say about me on social media, I'm literally like, it's not my problem. So after I came up with that little statement, it kind of turned into my thing, and it actually built my confidence a lot being on social media and being able to share something, because I'm going to get messages from people saying like, you've changed my life, or you made me such a more confident person. That to me is like a confidence booster. Do you know what I mean? Knowing that I like made someone else feel happier is a confidence booster to me. For everyone in general, not even just girls, have things about them that they aren't in love with or they aren't like obsessed with. My biggest insecurity is my forehead. People will be like, yeah. Some people are like, oh, you don't have a big forehead. I feel it, but it's okay. Having a 5 head is not bad. That's probably my biggest insecurity. But also, if I changed my forehead, it wouldn't be me. You have to learn to love all your insecurities. I'm sure if you asked me this like 2 years ago, I could have gave you like a list of 50 things I didn't like about myself. But I think as you grow up, you kind of learn that having a big forehead, it doesn't make you a bad person. Do you know what I mean? Like, everyone has something they don't love about themselves. If someone says something to me, I'll be like, well, you know what? Some people think it's really pretty. Like, I love it. I am definitely a feminist. Even on my phone case, it says feminist as fuck, and it's Danny DeVito, because I am a definite feminist. And I have these conversations with my guy friends all the time, and they're like, I'm not a feminist. I'm like, do you know what a feminist is? Because it's not someone who thinks that men are less than women. It's someone who thinks that we are all equal to men, or we are equal to each other. So I'm definitely a feminist. I love women. Go women. You are incredible. Girl power. And growing up in a family with a lot of girls is also like girl boss. I'm going to school to be a real estate agent, and I've had a lot of my guy friends tell me that like, oh, you couldn't sell a house, like I wouldn't trust like you to sell a house. Or even just guys in general on my TikTok being like, no, real estate's like a guy's market. I'm like, guy's market? I'm like, are you kidding? Like, I know lots about houses. You might not think I do, but I do. Or it definitely exists, because like, why are people commenting that? Because I'm a young woman, I don't know anything about money. Or people saying like, I wouldn't take this advice because it's a girl. That doesn't exist. I have a little thing going on my TikTok right now. It is called Self-Love with Spencer, and I just do like different things. So talking about how to respect yourself and have self-respect, how to have self-love, and how to deal with just relationships in your life in general. Because the most important relationship, I think, is a relationship with yourself. Because if you don't love yourself, you can't love anyone else. If you don't respect yourself, you can't expect someone else to have full respect for you. So I think that's the most important thing. And yeah, it's cool to have a boyfriend or a girlfriend or whoever you're having. Yeah, it's cool to have a relationship, but if you don't have a relationship with yourself, you can't really give it all into another relationship. It's more important to love yourself. And everyone has flaws, but who cares? It's a flaw. Like, life is way too short to be not going out because you think other people think you're awkward, or not doing something because you think other people might be looking at you. So that's how I'm proud. Wow, this got a little deep. Growing up as a girl, and even with social media now, you go on TikTok and you see every single person on the For You page is this gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous girl, and nothing against them. It, like, I almost envy you. And that's just such a horrible mindset to have, because you go through TikTok or you go through Instagram and you see all these perfect models, and I kind of want to hop in there and be like, yo, you're perfect too. You might not look like that person or be the same height as that person or the same weight, but you're just as perfect. And also, everything that people show on social media now is perfect, and life isn't perfect. There's so many things that probably went into that girl taking that photo. Do you know what I mean? No one looks like Addison Rae all the time. No one does. And Addison Rae probably doesn't look like Addison Rae all the time. Everyone has ups and downs. Everyone has pimples. Don't get mad that you have a pimple. You know what I mean? Like, there's so much more to every picture, and I feel like I just want to kind of hop in on there and be like, guys, you're just as perfect. Like, it doesn't matter. Just love yourself for everything that you are, not everything that you're not. I have such like a CEO mindset, and I've always had, like, I want to be an entrepreneur. I cannot picture working for anyone else. I remember I have a video on Snapchat, and I'm like, this could potentially be the last day that I ever work for someone else. And I remember taking that video, and I was like, I need to teach other people how to have that mindset and how to feel like they can do it. So I feel like if you learn about finance and how to save your money and how to invest in stocks and what to actually do with the money that you have, then you'll be that much closer to being the CEO that you want to be. And not that many people like talk about it as a girl. So I was seeing on TikTok that whole trend of all the tie-dye like sweat sets, and I was like, I want one really badly. But the only websites I could really find it on were like not real tie-dye, like not anyone did it by their hand, like by hands or anything. It was all just like factory made tie-dye, and it was like $70 for a sweater. I'm like, this is insane. Like, this is crazy. Like, I like my money too much to spend $70 on a sweater that's not even like made with love or handmade. So I decided I was just gonna make myself a sweater, and it originally started with me just making myself a sweater, and then it was really nice. Like, not gonna lie, it was really nice. And then my mom's like, you could totally sell this. Like, you could totally do it. And then I bought probably like 20 sweaters to sell, and I was like, 20 is a lot. Like, who's gonna buy this? Who are these 20 people that are gonna buy it? Which 20 might seem like nothing to other people, but I bought 20, and then I was like, who's gonna buy it? I was like, no, wait, I could post on TikTok about it. I feel like it took so long for it to click in. I ended up launching a website, and our first launch sold out in 12 hours, and it was a lot more than 20 hoodies. It is crazy. And I remember it sold out, and this was on like a Sunday night, I think. And then Monday, I went to Dairy Queen the next day to work my shift, and I was standing at the drive-thru for like 7 hours, and I was standing there, and I'm like, I don't like this. I don't like this at all. And I remember I went on like my 5-minute break or whatever, and I called my mom, and I was like, I'm quitting. Mom, I can't do this. Like, I'm quitting. And she's like, don't quit, don't give up. And I was like, no, this isn't me giving up. This is me like believing in myself. This is the complete opposite. This is me deciding to quit to do something that I like. And then I went to my boss, and I'd worked there for a year and a half. And I was like, look, I love it here. I was like, I love it here, but I love my dreams a lot more. I don't think I've even been back to Dairy Queen to get a Blizzard or get anything, because I'm like, I'm done. Like, I'm done. That's a chapter in my life. It's gone. People are like, are you gonna keep your uniform? No. I'm like, I'm done. So I ended up selling lots of sweaters, and I've had 3 or 4, I can't remember now, that's pretty bad, launches, and they've all sold out, and it's been pretty incredible. And then yesterday was my first pre-sale, and that was my highest amount of sales I've ever done. This is everything that I want to do, and it makes me so much happier to be able to answer to myself. Cloudy day clothing, tie-dye sweaters. Okay, there's one person who I'm like obsessed with, and like it's like a weird obsession. I'm obsessed with Bailey Madison. I love her because she's been working as an actor since she was like younger. She's a very humble person. She always helps with like other people's organizations, and she does this lemonade stand to raise money for kids like every single year. She gives so much back to everyone, and I like that when she posts pictures on Instagram, it's not all about being perfect all the time or looking a certain way. She posts a lot of like no makeup pictures. She's never trying to impress other people, and her pictures are all about being a boss lady, being a CEO, and working hard and working towards your goals. It's not really just all about like modeling pictures and having the perfect body all the time, because I can't really follow accounts like that because it drives me insane. Like, I don't want to just look at everyone else having the most perfect everything. And she's definitely very open with like her insecurities and how she helps other women and inspiring other people. I like influencers like that because I want to be looking at your page and like getting knowledge from it and feeling happy from it. I don't want to look at it and be like, you're perfect, but like, what's your personality? You know what I mean? I like personality influencers. If you do not have that support in your family, you have that support from me. I'm like, slide into my DMs. I will like literally write the longest, fattest message about how much I support you. And it's amazing to have a support system, but once again, you have to support yourself, and you have to love yourself, and you have to believe in yourself. It actually breaks my heart when I get messages from people who are like, my parents, they wouldn't let me do that, or my parents talked bad about me to myself, or my parents bring me down. I literally feel so bad for that. Like, I feel so bad, and I wish I could just give you a hug, because I believe in you. I know that you can do it. You know that you can do it. And the day that you start believing that you know you can do it, you will achieve whatever you want.